First thing on basketball.
So stop. We're on? We're live?
Yep.
Alrighty, we are live. We're here at Buddy Brew. We've got our world famous Buddy Brew. Our Buddy Brew cups. Wearing my, you can't really see it, but I got my Plants shirt. Plants plays Armwood tonight. Really excited about that game. And I've got a good friend here who is running for the city council. Knew Tony when he worked with the McCain campaign and been real involved in local politics, and going to run. You decided you wanted to be a city councilman. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people here on this podcast, tell them about yourself and why you're running for city council.
I did. Thank you for having me, first of all. And a little plug for Buddy Brew. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I started drinking coffee since coming to Buddy Brew. And
you got your iced coffee, right?
An iced coffee, yeah, which is very good. And so I recommend Buddy Brew to anyone. Even if you're not a coffee drinker, you'll enjoy it.
That's right.
Tony Desisto. I'm running for City Council District 4, which is the South Tampa district seat. Basically, you know, in talking with Commissioner Sharp and other people, you know, I see some things that the city could do a better job of. You know, Tampa's a great place, but it has the potential to be even better. And I saw some steps we could take that I thought weren't being done currently. And I figured, you know, who better to, if you see problems and you think they need to be fixed, who better than yourself to get in there and talk about them and try and do something about it. So that's really why I decided to run for city council, and it's been a very interesting process so far, definitely.
All right, so Tony, let's see, you went to law school at Stetson. When did you graduate from Stetson?
2009.
And you passed the bar?
Yes.
So you're a legal lawyer?
Yes, I am a lawyer.
But you know what? He's a good lawyer. He's a very good attorney, and he thinks in a very logical fashion. You are married?
Married, yes. 2 kids. My son is 15 months, and my daughter is 3 weeks.
Wow.
So it's a crazy time at the Desisto household, but definitely a blessing and a great time.
I always tell people, if you want to know what it's like in the Sharp household, just watch any Griswold movie.
Yeah.
Between the dogs, the cats, the kids, I think the total chaos, but it's a blast.
It is.
I just drop my kids off at school, and you know the whole day will be spent, you know, around school. In fact, I'll close off with, you know, my oldest is at Plant, plays in the band, and my wife teaches there, and we just love it. So it's just it's a lot of fun. But we got a great community with a lot of opportunities, and you know, we were just talking before we went live on the air that tragically there was another bicycle fatality. This morning, this time on Himes and Spruce, and I know that Alan Snell, who's with Swift Bud, which is the Southwest Florida Bicycle United dealers. It's a group of, you can find them swiftbud.com. They have a lot of information that talks about bicycling, the value of bicycling, but also some of the challenges we face here in the community, where, quite frankly, it's dangerous to be on the road in Florida as a bicyclist, and I know that that's something you're concerned about, but what can we do to try to make things safer? You have any ideas?
It is, yeah. Well, and this is a problem not just in Florida, but especially in South Tampa. I've been walking door to door for a few months now, talking to people in the community, and this is something I hear often. You know, it's not a safe community for pedestrians or for cyclists, and you know, people want to get out. People want it. We have great weather. People want to get out there and exercise, and they want to, you know, let their kids go and bike down to the park or to their friend's house or walk down to their friend's house, and they just don't feel safe. And all these accidents that we've had kind of, you know, shows that that's the case. And so, you know, I think we need to do a better job of focusing on making it more pedestrian friendly, making it more bike friendly. I think we need more sidewalks. And this kind of goes to a larger problem of some of the infrastructure that's fallen behind in South Tampa, Tampa at large, but specifically South Tampa, in a lot of our neighborhoods, and we haven't done a good job of keeping that infrastructure going and allowing for, you know, bicycle safety, pedestrian safety. It should be a priority because a lot of people, that's how they travel and that's how they enjoy their time, and we need to do a better job of keeping them safe out on the roads.
Yeah, well, and you know, and it seems like it's also a great industry. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of interest in bicycling. I mean, if you look at all the outdoor magazines, from running magazines to bicycling magazines, it's really where kind of I think the future is going. Young people and older find it's a great way to exercise, and the businesses that come here have a lot of employees from the CEO on down who like to ride, both for recreational purposes, but also to get back and forth. And here's Florida, the Sunshine State, and as I've said all along, we ought to be the state that leads the nation and bicycle safety. We ought to be the state that leads the nation, encouraging people to ride and walk and enjoy the outdoors. And instead, we've allowed, I think, bad development plans over the last 30, 40 years to kind of corrupt what ought to be pristine land that could really encourage people to enjoy the outdoors.
Yeah.
Well, so we're gonna. I know that Tony. That's something that Tony's interested in. That's something that I'm going to be working with. In fact, there's a bicycle bash every year. Pinellas and Hillsborough County host this bicycle bash. It's been in Pinellas County the last 2 years. It's going to be at Flatwoods in the New Tampa area in November, and we're going to be talking more about the bicycle bash. And the Cure on Wheels, because Moffitt's partnering up with Bicycle Bash, and they're going to be doing a lot of awareness, cancer awareness, cancer research, and such. But it's an excellent opportunity to get out and enjoy the outdoors, ride for a good cause, and really what we're going to be doing is promoting people who want to get outside and get outdoors and enjoy a healthy lifestyle. All right, Tony, what other issues are you interested in? What are you thinking about?
Well, I think, along with sort of what I touched on earlier with the infrastructure issues, fixing some of the road and the flooding problems that we have in South Tampa.
We have flooding problems in South Tampa?
We have a few flooding problems in South Tampa. I think, we also need to focus on, like all levels of government. I know you're dealing with it at the county level, but a government that's gotten too large and become inefficient in the way it spends money. It's not just about cutting the size of government. It's about how do we spend our dollars more efficiently and how do we allocate our dollars to the best possible use. And I think there's a lot of things we can do with that. I think one thing, which is good, sitting next to someone on the county level, is I think there's some opportunity for some consolidation of services between the city and the county. And I think that's a way to get rid of some of the inefficiencies that we have between the two. So that's very important. And then the other thing is, like, on everyone's mind is jobs. How do we bring jobs to the area? And I think there's sort of a two-track process. One is bringing in new industries, high-tech industries. And I know this is something that you've talked a lot about and worked on, the biotech, the biosciences, the medical research. But then also for our existing small businesses, how do we make it easier for them to deal with the city or the county, the government agencies? How do we make that process easier? That should be the easiest thing they do. They're the job creators in our community, and it should our attitude on government level should be, what can we do to make it easier for you to be prosperous, to create jobs?
We don't always do that. In fact,
and we haven't done it.
No, and many times, and I think it's almost become the objective and goal. And it's not that government is insidious, but there are times when we and those who work in government will find and look at the rules and say, aha, here's an opportunity to stop you from trying to do what you'd like to do. And really, we're almost treating the small business guy as if he's the enemy, when really, he's the guy, he's our salvation.
Absolutely.
Creating the jobs, creating opportunity, we've got to be working with them. And if they can't do something, then we have to sit down with them and say, look, this won't work, but here's another way of doing what you want to do. I know that Ken Hagan, who's chairman of the county commission, has been pushing a plan that's going to be before the voters of Hillsborough County. It's very important. And what it's going to do is it's going to provide a tax break for those small businesses already here in the county that want to expand operations or hire more workers. Businesses need certainty.
Yep.
They need to know that their costs are not going to skyrocket if they expand or if they bring in more workers. And I wish they were listening in Washington, but we're going to try to get them to listen down here. And I know that I've been told that, in fact, it was in the paper, Pro-Bass, it says they'll come here if this referendum passes. What a tremendous opportunity. I mean, first off, it's a great company. So if you're listening, Pro-Bass, we'd love to have you come down here. We want you to come here. We want you to hire. We want you to employ a lot of people. But here again is an opportunity for people who are already here, who want to expand their operations, to not have to pay additional taxes. And what will happen, though, is as they expand their operations, hire more workers, sell more goods, revenue will go up.
Yeah.
So we're going to generate more revenue for the government, which is good, while at the same time not penalizing the business, which is something we want to do. So the city, I'm not sure if the city of Tampa is actually participating in this one, and if you get there, that's something we're going to need you to do.
Absolutely. No, I think that's a great program, and I think what do they say? It's about 80% of jobs are created by our small businesses,
Yep.
and so we need to do everything we can to make it easier for them and make the process, as best as possible for them to do what they need to do, creating jobs.
Well, every Friday, right here at the world-famous Buddy Brew, and I see Mr. Willie Lawson sitting in the back staring at his BlackBerry. You may have an opportunity when you come here to meet a Willie Lawson, if you're lucky. To meet a Dave Harmijo, who is the director of Heart. He's here. We've got government officials. Mr. Patel, who's at everything, is here. He's in the back room. We've got great people who come, and we talk politics. We invite everyone, friend and foe, to come. You're
That's
more
true.
than welcome to come and spend a few moments talking about what's happening in our community. We have a wonderful Tampa Bay. We're going to make it better and stronger. We're excited about the Rays. We were hoping to have Matt Silverman here. We're going to have Matt Silverman come at some point and talk about what's going on at the Rays as well, and that's something we hope you'll be tuning in for. But we're excited about what they're doing, and this is a great place. But make sure that you come and you drink coffee at Buddy Brews. They're open Monday through Saturday, and it's the freshest coffee you'll find in town.